What are the basics that you have to know when it comes to the Popi Act? That is the purpose of this video that I am illustrating along the lines of a feature I wrote for Lowfelder. It was written in 2018, but the legal position still remains the same. What is the Popi Act? It's the Protection of Personal Information Act, and it aims to regulate how we handle personal information. So the Popi Act balances our right to exchanging information freely with the expectation of privacy that those people whose personal info we have hold dear. Personal information. What is personal information? It is any info with which you can be identified. Think ID number, telephone number, car registration plates, residential address, those types of information. The Popi Act protects that info. And in a nutshell, you need to know the following. Firstly, only obtain someone's personal information if they have given you permission to obtain it. Secondly, please store people's personal information safely, such as on your work computer or in a file in your office. Thirdly, don't act irresponsibly with anyone's personal information. Don't distribute it unlawfully or recklessly. Fourthly, always give the person whose information you have the opportunity to come to you and change their personal information should that change. Example, change of address, telephone number, or car registration plate number. So that's what you need to know. In more detail, if you are interested in the legislation, we'll now discuss it. The Act has not come into force fully yet, and it will be applicable on all businesses 12 months after it has fully come into force. When will it come into force fully? Nobody knows, but I'm keeping an eye on that, and I will inform you when it happens. The Popi Act affects us all. Why? All of us have personal information. In terms of the Act, someone whose personal information you have is called a data subject, and we have to act responsibly when dealing with their personal info. Who will be allowed to access or process your personal info? In terms of the Popi Act, nobody can do that without your knowledge. Exceptions apply in obvious situations, such as when the police need your personal info or it is needed to save you from a life-threatening situation. What should you remember when gathering someone's personal info? You need that person's permission. The data subject must know who you are and why you want their personal information and why you want to use it. If you ever want to use it for a different purpose than the purpose that led to you obtaining it in the first place, please inform the data subject beforehand. The data subject must be told whether he or she is obliged to produce the personal info or whether they can choose to or not. In the case of, for example, an advertising agency, you can't oblige people to give their personal information. You just give them the choice, especially if it's necessary for the services that you're rendering. What do you do with the personal information? Use it only as agreed to by the data subject. Please keep it safe, keep it from being leaked. What do you do if personal information has been leaked? You have to inform the legal advisor of the company that you're working for or the HR department, management, and they will then inform the information regulator. You can also inform the regulator directly. Their contact details are available on Google. If you work for Caxton Media, please inform the legal advisor Helena Elof. Her number is 082-269-6691. She will then inform the information regulator. What does Popi mean when it comes to direct marketing? The definition of direct marketing you can find in Section 69 of the Act. It says that no direct marketing may be conducted electronically unless the data subject has consented to it. Anyone who uses electronic direct marketing must disclose their identity and provide the customer with an opt-out route. The rules of personal information collection apply here, so please just handle personal information responsibly. Penalties are discussed in sections 100 to 106 of the Popi Act. Hopefully you never need to know what those are. Lastly, please take note that the Popi Act will not apply to the processing of personal info for journalistic purposes. The finer details are still in progress and I will pass it on to you as soon as I have it.